What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and today is the day that I guess a lot of you have been waiting for. I promised that we would get this giveaway results video out, hopefully on Friday, if not by the weekend. But I'm going to be able to get this video out. Today should be Friday when you're seeing this. And without further ado, let's get this started, because I know not all of you are going to be interested in me answering all these questions. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to draw the two winners. I will announce the two winners. And then we will continue. I'm going to play some solo arena while I answer the rest of the questions. So that way people who are interested in the questions hang out, we play some solo arena, I answer your questions. People who just want to know about the giveaway can find out their answer and get on out of here. YouTube's going to hate that my engagement rate's so low on this video, but I don't care. This video is about you guys. So let's pull up this fancy little random comment picker. The way it works is I have the URL of the video. Let me grab myself a notepad right here so that I can save the winners. That's Notepad++. Okay, we'll open that up. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and draw ourselves. I have to hit this first. No, that didn't work. Alright, let's refresh that. Okay, 168 unique commenters. That's pretty crazy. I think that actually also counts me for responding to people in there. But obviously, if I win, we're picking somebody else. Let's go ahead and grab winner number one. Apologies if I butcher your name. But the first one we have is Dario Cabello Rodriguez. He says, free packs? Yes, free packs. And you're getting a bunch of them. And then let us refresh this and run it one more time to see who can be winner number two. Best of luck to everyone. Thank you again, everyone who entered. With this amount of commenters, you have a 1 in 84 chance of winning. Guess a little bit better now that we've already picked a winner, and if by some chance Dario wins again, obviously we're going to draw somebody else. I'm not going to give both pack codes away to the same person. But winner number two will be Jason Joe. Might as well answer Jason Joe's question while we're here as well. What's the first computer game I ever played? The first ones I remember playing were Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, and Putt Putt. If anybody's old enough to remember those computer games. Those were my first three. I don't remember which one I played first, but those are the first three I remember. Those were super awesome. But congratulations to the two winners. Anyone who's just here for the giveaways, thank you all very much for entering. I'm always glad when I get to give back to you guys for supporting me and the channel. I know a lot of you guys who subscribe just for the giveaway are probably going to go ahead and hit the unsubscribe button. I hope you at least consider sticking around, but if it's not your thing, I completely understand. I'm not going to hold any ill will against you guys, and I do realize a lot of people tend to just dip after the giveaway. But congratulations to the two winners. I'll see after this video if I can send you the codes via YouTube message. If not, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys reach out to me. Email me at DragonTamerBlayde@gmail.com with some proof that you are either Dario or Jason, and after you guys can go ahead and provide me some proof, I will send you the code. But without further ado, again, thank you all very much for submitting your questions. And we're going to go ahead and start answering all of those while we play some solo arena. So when I look off in that direction, it's me reading the comments. So let's go ahead and get this open. Very first comment on here. Is this on that one video? Yes, it is. So very first comment from Tijord says, who does my hair? My hair is a mess right now. It's super long, I know. I can see it in the webcam. My little preview down there is absolutely grossly long. But when my hair isn't very unruly like it is at the moment, it is done by my barber. Whenever I need him, I just shoot him a text message. He comes through. He's the man. Next question from Brian Stalin, I'm guessing? I'm sorry about pronunciation. I'm really, really bad. Who is your daddy and what does he do? I'm going to answer this actually quite literally. My daddy has the same name as me, and he works for a trucking company. So, I will answer your sarcastic question sarcastically. And we will be even. Let's trade there. Next question is from Andrew S. Would you rather fight 1 Alduin-sized Nord Firebrand or 8 Nord Firebrand-sized Alduins? Huh. You know, the thing with that is,
the day will be
one thing that's tough is a Nord Firebrand is still the shape of an adult male, I believe, to the best of my knowledge. So 8 human-sized dragons is nothing to mess around with. But also at the same time, one dragon-sized dude is still pretty large. But I think if I had to choose, I would go for 1 Alduin-sized Nord Firebrand. I'm not super confident in that decision, but I think it's the decision that I would go for. Alrighty. I love it when you guys ask questions. A lot of them are just crazy like that, and I have a good time. Let me think about this turn for a second.
Take your positions.
Okay, next question. No question. Next question was the giveaway taking place. We already answered that right now. But I did say that I was hoping to have it for Friday, and I did keep that promise. So I'm pretty glad I was able to make that happen. Ready?
We have the
hit him with
advantage.
these. And then we will hit him with...
Let's heat things up.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
Okay, next question. Recently switched from TSO to Hearthstone. Hearthstone's meta. This is from Zero Toxic, by the way. Hearthstone's meta is super boring, becoming a pay-to-play game. So his question is, why do I play TSL over other card games? Why not Hearthstone, Magic, or Gwent? I do play Hearthstone. I wouldn't consider myself a Hearthstone player by any means. But I do play Hearthstone. I play it very casually, like I've mentioned before. I tend to basically only play Tavern Brawl and
One person's trash is another's treasure.
Tavern Brawl and occasionally
The
some
waters of life.
like just messing around gameplay. I don't really play Hearthstone, just casually. Gwent I've never gotten into. Magic I am interested in, to be honest. That's like the quote-unquote card game. But
Back off.
I'm pretty intimidated by it. I'm pretty new to card games in general. Like I said, I casually played Hearthstone, and then I picked up this. So this is my first real card game that I'm getting into. So I don't even know the rules to Magic. So it's been pretty scary for me. It's pretty intimidating.
We have the advantage.
I'd like to learn one day. I'm not crossing out that door. I also used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. I've mentioned on the channel before. And I did enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! But I do enjoy Elder Scrolls games. So that's what got me into Legends. And Legends I just feel like is simple enough to pick up and play, but complex enough to where you can't just kind of master it in a second. And I appreciate that. I think it's super interesting. And I like the cards in Legends. I really enjoy it. Basically everything about
Mine.
Legends.
Back
And
off.
that's what keeps me coming back. I'm gonna take the game super seriously. So things like the competitive scene don't kind of put a damper on my fun as much as it may for other people. But I am interested in tournaments, and I do hope they come at some point. And I'm sure they will. Do I think dragon meat tastes good? No, I don't think so. Theoretically. I feel like it'd probably be like super tough. I feel like dragons aren't the tastiest treat.
So much work yet to do.
Don't make me laugh.
Down. Hola, well met. When do I plan to get back to rank 4? Honestly, as soon as I have time to really sit down and play a lot. I'm kind of hoping, like I've mentioned a couple times. Ooh, this is a pretty good pick, actually. I am hoping to get back into streaming more, and when I stream, I tend to play a lot, obviously. So that's when I usually do my best rankings, when I'm streaming. So hopefully we'll get back into streaming sooner rather than later. Any comment? What's the right quantity of proportions of soap to conditioner to clean velvet?
This one will be long and bloody.
You got me stumped, man. I don't even think I own anything velvet to even try and fancy a guess.
One person's trash is another's treasure.
So if you know,
When the time
definitely
comes,
please let me know.
we'll be ready.
What else do we got here? Can you do more versus draft videos? I need some help with
Mine.
that.
Back off.
I 100% can. I do like versus arena, and I have absolutely no problem bringing more of it to the channel. So if that's what you want to see, that's what you will receive.
For Skyrim! Gore and glory!
Let's load the second page. Take a victory sip. Even though I haven't won yet, but victory sips are good.
Mine. Back off.
Day will be ours.
Okay. If I could change anything or one thing about Elder Scrolls Legends, what would it be? It could be anything, the UI, card nerfs, card buffs, avatars, sounds, anything. Well, to be honest, there's at least a few things, if not more than a few things, that I'd like to see changed for Legends. Most of them are... I'm very much in line with when you see the posts from the people saying
Some bloodshed.
what they want to see in Legends before we get our competitive scene. I'm very much in alignment with what they are hoping for.
Spill their blood.
Meaning, I'd like to see more polish on the game. So, these boards, while these art on the boards have been an excellent step in the right direction, and I'm very much enjoying them, I would also like to see more and improved boards. Let's go for... What does this guy do? I'd like to see more boards. I'd like to see improved boards, like I said. I'd like to see more unique animations or more cool animations for unique legendaries. Kind of like how you guys see Alduin has his own entry animation. I'd like to see more of those for the more unique, or if they could do it for all unique legendaries, that'd be awesome. I understand that's probably not a super realistic thing, but just more animations, stuff like that. Improvements all throughout the game. I think there's a lot of improvements to be made, so I'm excited to see that. Hopefully they do get to that.
I am ready to join the
Follow me, men.
Let's go for that. So yeah, a lot of polish is what I want to see from Legends.
I'll take the bad
Next
guy.
question. Random comment. What do I think about the future of the game? Honestly, I think the sky's the limit. It's got a long way to go before it can really compete with Hearthstone and stuff like that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it doesn't. Let's do this. It's got a long way to go to hit that point. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I do think that the combination of gameplay mechanics and lore and cool cards and balance is there for this game. I think it's
When the
bright.
time comes,
Obviously,
we'll be ready.
it mostly depends on what kind of commitment it can get from Bethesda and how much money they're willing to put into it, and how long they're willing to stay committed to the game. But I do think that they are committed to the game, and I do believe them when they say they are. So I think we're heading in the right direction. It's going to take a little bit of time. Rome wasn't built in a day. As long as
Come on,
everybody stays
then.
patient, I think
I'll
we'll get
even
there.
let you swing first. I'll cleave your skull. For Skyrim!
That's pretty cool.
Gore and glory!
When do you go Reverberating Strike, and when do you go Crushing Blow in a blue deck? That's actually an interesting question. I haven't ran Reverberating Strike myself just yet. But I would probably go... Crushing Blow is more versatile overall. So in the long run, you can do more with Crushing Blow.
Time to fight.
But if you're running any kind of deck that's weak to tokens, I would say obviously that'd be a huge inkling for you to consider playing Reverberating Strike.
Right behind you.
So if you have to kind of look at your matchups, and if your matchups are one where you're weak to that kind of deck, I would say definitely run Reverberating Strike over Crushing Blow. The Crushing Blow can potentially get you lethals that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. So it's not 100% set in stone. Next question. What card do I most regret crafting at Soul Gems, and what do you think was most worthwhile? Huh. There was one point where I believe I crafted... What was it? I think I crafted, what's that dude's name? I can't remember. It's the 6/6 guard,
I hear and obey.
blue card that deals 6 damage to all creatures in a lane. I thought I'd be able to do more with it, so I crafted 2 of them. I had 1, so I crafted 2 more. And honestly, when I tried to use it, it just was always getting silenced, or I wasn't getting any value out of him. So it was a little disappointing. I wouldn't say it was the biggest regret or horrible. Just not as good as I wanted it to be. Card that I had the most fun after crafting has definitely been Wildfire Dragon so far. It's always surprised me in almost every game I've played it down in. It's almost like I use it as a mini board clear, and then it eats up removal as well. So Wildfire Dragon has been my most recent one.
Navigate the confounding hall of mirrors.
What is my favorite single color in Legends? Most people think of the deck combinations, but I want to know what color you find most fun. I think I like purple the best. It's close though, because I think green is arguably the most versatile in terms of doing cool stuff. But I think I like purple the best, mostly just for the necromancy themes that it has going on. Did you play this deck in Subscriber Saturday video from Paul Schwen? Yes, I can, Paul Schwen, and you will see it on this Saturday. I actually already have it finished. So look forward to that one.
Let's heat things up.
Next question. Favorite ice cream? If we're just talking about flavors in general, favorite flavor would be just regular chocolate. I know it's kind of boring, but that's my favorite regular flavor. If we're talking about, you know, possibly a combination or flavor from a particular place, I would say my favorite would be a Reese's Blizzard chocolate ice cream from Dairy Queen. That's probably my tops.
There are ill winds this day.
If you had this many comments below every single video, would you read them all daily? From Matthias Gerzensi? I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I butchered that. But yes, I would. I try my best to read all of the comments, so if I had this many comments on every single video, you're darn tootin', I would try to read them all. Let's go for one of these.
Band together, orcs.
Next question. Obsidian, what is your favorite card in Legends? I would definitely say my favorite card in Legends is Falkreath Defiler. I've loved that card since the moment they introduced it. And I have continued to love it ever since then. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon.
Take your positions.
Next game. Verdict QQ. What should I have for dinner today? More than likely, by the time I'm saying this, you already chose whatever you're eating for dinner today. So hopefully you chose something good. But if you want to decide on what to eat for dinner today, I think the answer is tacos. The answer is always tacos. When in doubt,
The day will be ours.
tacos.
Clear your mind.
Next question from Nayavek. Can you describe in great detail what makes CBH so handsome? He's got that strong jawline. You can't ever argue with the strong jawline. Couple that with his charm and his knowledge. I mean, can't beat that man. Okay, what do we do here? Double Clockwork Apostle? I think so.
So much work yet to do.
Spill their
Make a
blood.
12-13. Okay. Armageddon D11. What do you feel sets you apart from other content creators? Whew. This got deep in a hurry. I think my channel, and when I say all this stuff, I'm not talking down to any other content creator.
Spill their blood.
But I think the fact that we focus on fun on this channel, not taking the game 100% so seriously, lets you kind of see cards and combinations of cards in ways that you normally wouldn't think of seeing them. So the fact that the decks we play, I guess, are slightly memey, or mostly memey, and a lot of cards that are kind of cards called bad or useless, that we showcase a lot of them, winds up having a lot of really memorable and unique games. And on top of that, I think as a creator, I'm kind of out there a little bit. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, when I screw up. You guys are always very good at keeping me honest when I screw up. I embrace it.
Your orders.
And I think that it kind of creates a honest atmosphere between myself and my viewers. And I think it kind of breeds a very positive environment overall as well. And I think people appreciate that. And I think it winds up overall being pretty solid content, in my opinion. Obviously, your opinion may differ, but that's just how I feel. And I think overall things work out pretty well. Okay, continuing on. Sorry, I had to take a quick break. Just run out of air.
Clear your mind.
What do you think about Hearthstone? Did you try getting into it? Overall, I don't love the game, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't think it's the best game out there. I do think a lot of those RNG elements can create some pretty fun, memorable, unique games. But overall, not the game for me.
We'll never give
But like I said, I do enjoy playing it from time to time for things like Tavern Brawl and stuff like that. I think there's still fun to be had there. It's just a little too RNG dependent for me to take it 100% seriously. Favorite common? That's tough. I don't think I can answer that off the top of my head. I can't really think of all the commons at the moment.
I hear and obey.
So I will get back to you on that one. Because I can't really remember all the commons right now. Okay, next question. From Iman von Bayern. Okay. Let's play this. Play this.
I am ready to
We have the
Sorry, just
advantage.
taking a second to actually think about the turn.
We'll hold, no matter what.
What cards do you think would be playable if a slight change was made to the card? That's a good question. Slight change. What card do I think would be playable? I really don't think there's that many bad cards in the game right now, if I'm being honest. Like, flat out horrible cards, I should say.
Let's see your
One card that I think would be way
Let's
better
make the ancestors
if it got a slight change, and this would possibly make it kind of broken, so I'm not expecting that change.
This should be
I think if Mage's Guild Retreat, instead of being at the end of your turn, was whenever you use 2 actions, you summon an Atronach, so you can get multiple in one turn. I think that would be pretty crazy. Additionally, if I'm going to go for one more, if Speaker Tyrannus reduced your cost of actions, in addition to giving you a random action whenever you cast an action, I think he would be way better as well. That's just 2 off the top of my head. I know that's kind of not really putting any kind of thought into balance or anything like that. But you asked a question, so I'm trying to give you an answer. Clear that up. Let's clear that up. 4, 8, 11. Let's just drop
We'll
that.
never give ground.
That's it for now. Next question. What sort of expansion story would you like to see in the future? What sort of settings and or card mechanics would interest you the most? This is probably slightly biased since, like I've said, I've mentioned I love necromancy. So I'd like
They'll never get the best of
more
us.
cards that focus on graveyard interactions. I think would be super cool. As far as what was the second part of the question? What's other sort of expansions or story content?
Don't make me laugh. Let's make the
We've already done the Dark Brotherhood, which was kind of an assassin-y themed one. And I guess Clockwork City was almost Thieves Guildy, although it wasn't truly about the Thieves Guild, but it was more of like a treasure hunty, kind of stealing expansion. So I wouldn't mind expansions around some of the other guilds, like the if we had like a Fighters Guild expansion, or even like a true dragon hunting expansion that could have gone with Skyrim. I think that would be pretty cool. But honestly, anything that kind of factors in or ties into the game, I think is super fun. And honestly, all the story content's amazing, so anything they give me, I'll be happy with. Oso Horny Garbut. How long have I been playing? Since open beta started. Do I have the entire collection? I think I'm missing, between all expansions, I think I'm missing one card from base set and one card from Skyrim, I believe. I have full playsets of almost everything. But oh, I don't know why I rung that out. Oh well, because this guy's getting rung out now. But yeah, I have almost a full playset of everything. Not quite everything. What was my highest rank? Legend 300 and something, I think? I don't recall the exact number off the top of my head, but some number
They'll
in
move
Legend.
along if they don't want trouble.
Matam 86. What do I think of the latest expansion now that it's been out for a while? I think it was some top-notch story content,
The watch
and the cards there were underrated. What I mean by underrated, since I'm sure there's a lot of people who disagree with me on them being even decent cards. I think the cards were the types of cards that were not blatantly strong. So what I mean by that is you take a look at a card like Encano, and you don't have to be really good at games or knowledgeable about this game in particular to tell that Encano's a good card. It's obvious. He's obviously a very powerful card. And I don't like when there's too many cards like that in a game. I think the more obviously powerful cards you have, I don't think your game's in as good of a situation. I think that it results in power creep, it results in decks that are really boring to play and to play against.
I did warn them.
So I'm kind of glad that all the cards weren't just obviously broken. So I think it was a very good expansion. The story content was fantastic, and I hope they keep stuff like that up. Any questions? What was my favorite deck of 2017? It's kind of been my favorite deck for quite a while, but Action Market Assassin has always been ridiculously fun. I think it will continue to be ridiculously fun.
I did warn them.
Yeah, I think Action Market Assassin would have to be my answer to that one. Let's keep on scrolling. If you were to create a new expansion, be it storyline or packs, what theme would it have? I guess I already kind of answered that. But just to go into a little bit more detail, I guess, I would like to see more synergy in terms of, I guess the correct card game term would be tribal synergy. So I'd like to see more, for example, not necessarily orcs or goblins because they already work together, but more support for Factotum, more support for...
So much work yet to do.
Not necessarily too much more support for Dwemer because they're already pretty decent, but a little bit more support for those just to make more theme decks viable. Necessarily possibly make like a full graveyard deck, because right now a lot of the themes, quote-unquote themes, you can only run as part of your deck because there's not enough consistency or enough cards to warrant making a full deck around it. So I'm a big fan of both theme decks and or combo decks. So stuff like anything that makes Action Market Assassin better, I'm a fan of, because I think those decks are super fun and interesting to play. Anything like that, I am a huge fan of. What is my favorite creature from Endurance? That would be my favorite card overall. Falkreath Defiler. Easy question, 100%. How did I get into Elder Scrolls Legends? It was shortly after most of the employees at my last company got laid off, so I had a lot of free time in the summertime, and I was looking for something to do. And I forget where I was, but I think I was on some gaming news website when the open beta launched. And I saw that there was a news story about the open beta. And I was like, you know, I mean, I play Hearthstone once in a while. I guess let's see what this game's all about. So I downloaded it and I played it, and I was like, holy crap, this is really great. I'm enjoying this a lot. And I kept playing it. And I had a YouTube channel where I used to make content about Pokemon. And at that point, I was like, let's kind of just nix this Pokemon thing and start recording some Legends content. And that's what I did. Keep scrolling. What am I looking forward to the most this year when it comes to Legends? Honestly, I would have to say the thing I'm looking forward to the most is just more content. I can't ever get enough content. So the more content they put out, the happier I am. So I'm excited to see more content, and I hope they continue, obviously, to put out more content. And that's probably what the biggest thing I'm excited for to see would be. If I had to go even further, I'm excited to see both the number of content creators in the community grow, as well as the current ones that are already in our community growing as well. I love to watch a lot of the other guys, and I just like to see them succeed, because I'm a big fan. As much as quote-unquote regular players are fans of these guys, I'm a huge fan of a lot of the guys in the game as well. So I love to see them succeeding, and hopefully guys like CVH and Justin and Charmer continue to kind of put our tiny little community on the map, continue to get our name out there as a group. Okay.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
Next question from Christian Munkel. What color is my favorite? Probably blue and purple. Purple overall is probably the top.
Take heart, soldiers. Next question. Sorry, I'm looking for the questions as I'm talking. Strike hard.
You'll pay for
What card is my overall favorite? My overall favorite deck to use, not necessarily the best deck, but the deck I enjoy most. Again, probably a tie between Action Market Assassin, which isn't quite good yet, but I think is pretty close to being pretty decent.
Take your positions.
And Slay Scout. Those are my two favorite decks. Since I've played the deck quite a bit, what card does it need to be somewhat good?
You'll pay for this.
I don't really know.
Is the key to mastery.
One of the biggest things that it needs is a way to make sure that it draws. Needs a way to make sure that it draws its Brotherhood Sanctuaries, if it's going to count on those to win. So that would be part of my answer.
Let's heat things up.
I think it also needs a little bit early game for survival purposes. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. But yeah, early game I think is what Slay Scout needs to start getting into its Slay Scout synergy. And like I said, a way to make sure it draws the supports, because it needs that Brotherhood Sanctuary, it needs Night Mother, it needs those cards out there to be good. So if it can ever guarantee those cards, in addition to its normal card combos, I think it could be pretty decent. This isn't a question, but I look like Izzy Artistry's friend named Dustin. Hopefully Dustin's a cool guy. But tell him I said hi. Maybe show him what I look like. Do I see myself playing this game for the foreseeable future? From Ben Davison. Yes, I have absolutely no plans to ever stop playing this game. I guess if at any point the game gets like horrible or something, I would consider not playing, but at no point. The closest I've ever come was slowing down a little bit. And that was just because it was a super not controlling, but it wasn't a fun meta at one point. And I even still played it, just didn't play it as much as I used to.
These teams have trained together for over 10 minutes. Let's see what they've learned.
Questions are: what are your favorite colors, not classes, for Versus, Solo, and Chaos Arena, respectively? I tend to feel like, personally for myself, what does this do? Give it ward? Sure.
One person's trash
personally for
is
myself,
another's treasure.
whenever I'm playing... That's weird.
Mine. Back off.
Yeah, why not? I feel like red tends to be my most successful color in all three, to be honest. I also tend to play Versus Arena more aggressively than I would normally play. So I think red is my top color.
Mine.
And then my
Back
second best color, I would probably say, is probably green, I would say. I have pretty good success with any deck that has red or green, but specifically good success with Archer decks in Arena. But that may just be me, I don't know. Why did I decide to start streaming on Twitch and putting videos on YouTube from Orseto Morbido? To be honest, I had already been recording videos, like I had mentioned, from my days of being a Pokemon YouTube channel. So I was looking for more games to play, and I wound up adding Legends. And as far as wanting to stream, I think streaming is just a more interactive way to create content. So as interactive as I try to be with my viewers, I feel like streaming was a way to get even closer to them. And I think you guys would agree. And I've had a great time getting to interact more with players in the community. I'm going to save that attack for now. What's your hope for the future, given that Clockwork's underwhelming changing the meta much? While I can see your point as far as Clockwork didn't do a ton as far as drastically changing the meta, I do agree with that. I guess where our opinions may differ would be if I wanted Clockwork to change the meta that much, if that makes sense. To be honest, I kind of think that the fact that Clockwork didn't really shake things up a ton was positive, because they didn't want to create obviously broken cards.
Your destruction is at hand.
Now, do I think that the cards from Clockwork could have done a little bit more to change things up? Yes, definitely. But I definitely don't disagree with Direwolf erring on the side of caution when creating the expansion of not wanting to create a ton of broken cards. So I don't fault them one bit for that. Maybe we'll see them push the boundaries a little bit more for the next expansion. And we'll see them take a couple more risks or try to kind of change the meta a little bit more. We'll see. I have faith in them. I think they make good cards. They know what they're doing. I think we'll just see things keep continuing to get better and better. Let's keep on scrolling. Q&A. Being a software engineer like you, I was wondering what technologies you use in your daily job. From Valero D'Alessio. Unfortunately, my current job, I don't use anywhere near as much as I used to. My current job is honestly not super technically heavy or challenging.
They'll never get the best of us.
I don't currently love my job a ton at the moment. It's mostly XML oriented though.
Take your positions.
For, I guess, as far as order entry and stuff like that goes.
My sword
Yeah,
is yours.
mostly XML. Occasionally, I write little Java applications on the side to help us with various tools. but it's nowhere near as technically challenging as my last job. My last job we used mostly ActionScript, a little bit of JavaScript, heavy on the XML as well. Heavily an ActionScript company though. I haven't had the best luck since starting my career in the industry in terms of sticking on the cutting edge technologies, unfortunately. Alex Latusek asks if I stream on Twitch. I do. I have not been doing it nearly enough lately. It's one of the things that I've mentioned in the update video for the yearly update. I'm trying my best to get back into it. I just need to work out a schedule, try and find times that I won't overlap with Justin, Charmer, CBH, those guys, so we can continue to give everybody kind of a variety of content creators. Let's keep scrolling. What's my favorite card from each set? Core set, Lucian the Chance. Fall of the Dark Brotherhood is going to be Falkreath the Filer. And from Clockwork City, I like the Assembled Titan a lot.
Your destruction is at hand.
I think one of the more underrated cards from the expansion was Fabricate in terms of flexibility, but I would probably go for... actually, I'm going to go Murkwater Guide. It fits right into my Action Market Assassin deck. That's a pretty good card from our opponent. Let's lay this guy down. Let's keep scrolling. What deck do I love playing, even if it's not competitive? Like I said, 100% Action Market Assassin and
They'll move along.
Action Market Assassin and Slay Scout, 100%. Walt Boy asks, what would you say is a good estimate for the amount of time, effort needed to get every card available in the game? Okay, that's a good question. Originally, I thought this question was going to be how much time, money, effort to hit Legend, and the answer to that one is not very much.
I did warn them.
But as far as time, effort, energy in order to get every single card in the game, if you're grinding Arena, it may take you a couple months. If you're just flat out playing, or if you're spending money, it'll probably cost you each expansion. If you buy both of them, that's going to be $40 out of pocket. And then if you follow it up with the amount of packs you'll probably need is anywhere between probably around 70 to 100 if you want one of each card from the expansions. So if I had to give it a total number, I would probably say you're looking at about $250-ish to get a full collection. That number may be way off. That's just me ballparking. If somebody has a better guess, feel free to let me know. We have Jason Joe's question before of which is the first computer game I played. And like I mentioned before, it was Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, and Putt Putt. Those are my old throwback games. Still enjoy them. Not enjoy them, but have fond memories of them, I should say. What do I want to do with this?
You won't foil my plan.
Into the breach.
Let's just sit on that for now. Keep scrolling. Tips to grow a beautiful beard. To be honest, I don't think my beard's that great. I've been working on it with my barber. We're not quite there yet. But I will continue to work on it, and hopefully I can eventually get a nice, pretty beard. But I believe beard oil is supposed to be really good for it. So I guess beard oil if you're not already using that. Let's play that.
You won't foil my plan.
Beard oil. I believe my barber talks about making sure you shave properly when you're getting your hair cut in order to help it grow in better. He could be full of crap when he's talking about that, but he's always been very adamant about proper beard care when I talk to him. So I'm inclined to believe him. Let's just put that out there. Keep something on the board. Eric Rowland, what is your favorite arc of decks to play. Red, purple, Fatty Warrior. I love Fat Warrior. I do love Fat Warrior a lot. Please steal from me. Snowhawk Detachment. That sucks. Let's actually steal that. Yeah, I like Fat Warrior a lot, but like I said, Slay Scout and Action Market Assassin. So Assassin in general is my favorite overall archetype to play, but Scout's up there as well. Let's drop this thing down. Silence that so he can attack again.
We have hope, no matter what.
Let's draw a card. Start pushing towards lethal there. What's my favorite? Oh, do you think Barbas is the best card in the game? After all, he is a good boy. He is a real good boy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the emote I got made of Barbas, but I think it came out really cool. And I do love me some Barbas, and I do think he's a very good boy. Put this guy down. Play that down.
We'll be out.
Best card in the game? No, definitely not. Don't talk about Fall Creek the Firelord like that. But I do like me some Barbas. He is quite the good boy. Let's hit him. Let's hit him. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Yeah, we'd be one off lethal either way, so we're not going to play that. Favorite place in the States? Favorite place that I've been would be, I guess South Carolina. South Carolina's just a beautiful area. Very nice place. I had a great time there.
Did you hear that?
Other place that I've been, I do like going to Florida for Disney World and Universal Studios. I think that's a fun time as well. My girlfriend and I like to go there for vacation. But in terms of place I would want to live, I think at the moment South Carolina is near the top. Holy crap, I just saw a rock. Guess we're gonna lose this one at the moment.
Let's heat things up.
Keep scrolling. Do I watch Justin Larson? Yes, I love Justin Larson. He's probably my favorite person to watch for this game. We have very similar mindsets in terms of playing meme cards and kind of just approaching the game, trying to have fun, but also trying to win. I love Justin. Is there any characters from the Elder Scrolls series that you'd want to see in a game? To be honest, my first Elder Scrolls game was Oblivion, and I didn't play it all that much. And I played Skyrim, and I can't think of any characters off the top of my head. It's been quite a while. I really need to buy Skyrim for my Switch and replay it, so I can kind of brush up on my Elder Scrolls history. Keep scrolling. Am I married or engaged? Any plans for kids? I'm not married or engaged. I've been with my current girlfriend. We're coming up on 8 years now. In July it'll be 8 years. So been with her quite a long time. Very happy with her. We do not have plans for kids, either one of us. Nothing against kids or anything like that. Just I don't think it's necessarily for us. But we'll see. Never know what the future holds. But we're more of the pupper type. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, though. Never say never. That. Keep scrolling. What do I think about a Ward Bloom Purple deck? Just started playing this game coming from Hearthstone. I don't know about necessarily only focusing on the wards in that Sorcerer deck. But I can tell you that mid-range Sorcerer is one of the best decks in the game at the moment. And there are a lot of wards and stuff in that deck. So that may be the type of deck you're talking about. And I can tell you it's a pretty good deck, and I think it's very, very solid. We should definitely give it a shot. Whew. Okay.
They'll move along if they don't
Next
want
up,
trouble.
what do I enjoy most about deck building? Is it min-maxing or the discovering of combos? 100% the discovering of combos. By far my favorite thing about building decks is finding ways to make cards that other people don't necessarily think are useful or that people underrate or tend to ignore. I like to find ways to make those cards shine and kind of become the stars of decks where normally they'd be kind of forgotten about. That's my favorite part of building decks. Let's hit him with that.
I am ready to join the circle.
Soldiers, report. Band together.
Hit him with everything. I need to try and keep this board down low. This is my favorite deck. Fastest deck to reach rank 1. Probably Token Crusader, something similar. The deck's just super strong right now. There's a lot of good things you can do with it. Probably the fastest and favorite deck I've mentioned a few times already. Let's keep scrolling. Let's continue killing things. Get the breakthrough in the cards here. Arrest could come in handy for the future. Let's smack that.
I did warn them.
And we'll play Reeve down. Next turn will probably be arresting something good. Maybe not. That's a good card. That'll help us stay alive at least. I'll just get a 2-drop here. We're gonna get to draw some 1-cost cards from his deck. That's fine. I think normally he's looking for these things anyway. Probably just gonna arrest that.
Wait, did you hear that?
Your destruction is at hand.
I think, unless he's gonna fire bloom things now. Scroll down. Actually, I don't necessarily need to use my arrest just yet. Gonna hit that. Probably hit that. Arrest that.
Pain and ecstasy.
One person's trash is another's treasure.
What kind of games do I play outside of card games? I think games you are serious with as legends. And to be honest, as a broke student, those packs would be amazing. I can definitely feel the broke student struggle, my man. But any games I play outside of Legends, I guess the closest thing to being competitive in a game would be, I do play a lot of Madden with my friends. I don't know if I'm necessarily super competitive, but I do think I'm pretty decent at that game. I'm gonna lose this one too.
We'll never give ground.
Madden, Destiny. My friends and I have been getting into the Division lately. I do play Rocket League occasionally, but I guess the most serious game that I take other than Legends would be Destiny and Madden. I have a lot of games that I play, but those are the games I guess I play the most. Keep scrolling. What do you make you choose TSL instead of Hearthstone or Gwent? I think I already answered that a little bit. Gwent, just no interest. I don't find it super exciting. Hearthstone's fun, just I think this is a little bit more my speed. Favorite deck to play with and against. I've already mentioned my favorite ones to play with. My most hated to play against, 100%, any kind of just plain, those almost mono red aggro decks. Those are definitely my least favorite to play against. What do I think about making a new account just to show the free-to-play experience of the game? That's actually not too bad of an idea. I think that's something I would definitely consider doing. I think you might be onto something there.
I am ready to join the circle.
It's my favorite non-ESL game. Like I said, I'd probably have to go for
Protect the Harbinger.
not Destiny in its current state, Destiny as a whole. I don't like that his factotums are getting built up here. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. How long have I been playing? Since open beta, like I mentioned before. Would I rather eat a mud crab or a prize chicken? Now, I think there's two phases to this question.
Honor and blood.
Protect the Harbinger.
If I eat the prize chicken, do I have to deal with the angry villagers after? If not, the prize chicken. Because I don't really like seafood. But if I have to deal with the angry villagers, then I'm going to go for the mud crab and I'll just suck it up. Do I acknowledge that North Carolina is a superior Carolina? I don't think I can do that. I've never been to North Carolina. There's a point in my life, actually, where I almost moved there. So I guess at that point I could have acknowledged that North Carolina was a superior Carolina because I almost lived there. But that never happened, so I've actually never been to North Carolina besides stopping there on the way to South Carolina. I'm sorry, I'm a bad person.
There's a plan. There's
But
always
I can't admit something that I haven't gotten a chance to experience just yet. Like that. I think we have decent chances to win. Best worst matchups. I usually do pretty well against things like Ramp Scout. Worst matchup for me, usually, personally, I usually don't do very well against Rage Archer. I feel like that deck usually gives me a lot of trouble. We're gonna try and just push him the rest of the way here.
You won't foil my plan.
Rage Archer is definitely my worst matchup.
Foil my plan.
Other than that,
Clear your mind.
I don't know. But Rage Archer is definitely number one on my list, the worst matchup list. Unfortunate.
Catch it is not amused. I hear and obey.
Actually, no, I got it. Never mind. It's not unfortunate.
Time to fight. Time to fight. Talos.
Favorite deck at the moment, still Action Market Assassin. That is from Imalka Mutukamara. Hopefully I said that right. Need more versus videos we play against some viewers. Yeah, I definitely like when I play against Brigadoon, and I'm hoping that's something that we start bringing more when I start streaming again, is playing some more viewer matchups. So I definitely, I agree with your statement. And yes, that does count as an entry. Timur Asharov, as I started doing YouTube content for TSL, I think we kind of, I guess we explained that a little bit. Best classes of versus arena, I think Crusader and Archer personally, I don't know if they're necessarily the best, but they're ones that I have the most success with. Let's open these packs while we're in this. Then maybe we'll start up another one. Long time no see. Hope to catch you up. You know, what is my favorite game mechanics? Yes, you are correct with your guess. It is the Slay effect. My favorite legendary card at the moment, courtesy of Profete Banana, the fresh banana. My favorite legendaries at the moment, I've always loved Lucian the Chance. Like I said, Assembled Titan is one of my favorite cards from the new set. Swims at Night, I think, is really cool. I like a lot of the more underplayed legendaries, as far as unique ones go. So I think I'd have to go for those cards at the moment. Let's keep scrolling. Answered why I chose to start making Legends content. That's from Lord Albion the 7th. Just wanted to make sure I gave him a shout out because he is in the comment section of most of the videos.
Welcome to the arena, good citizens.
What is the average carrying capacity of a fully mature East Morrowind banded Guar? Assuming it's traveling down from Red Mountain and not up from White Bear 84. Jesus Christ, my mains. I have absolutely no clue.
Actually, I'm gonna make that your homework. You got to answer that for everybody in the video because I think they might be quite curious. Holy crap, we're starting with this. Unglim's really good in solo arena, but Sails Through Storm is super fun. And we gotta go Unglim. He's too good in arena. Yes, I am starting up another draft as we do this. Keep scrolling. It's a good deck for a beginner to learn the game with. In terms of just being a fully raw... Well, it also depends if you've played card games or not before. If you have experience in card games, I think you could probably just pick up something like a regular mid-range deck and play pretty well with it. That's my opinion. Other than that, if you just want to try and pick up and start winning, pick some sort of aggressive red deck. You'll do just fine. I don't like any of these. I guess we'll go for that for reach. Keep scrolling. Hey Blade, how's the family? Family is excellent. My little niece just hit 6 months old recently. She is an adorable little thing. She's growing up super quickly. So cute. Oh man, there's another. Got 2 legendaries in this draft. That's pretty nuts. Let's go Sightless Skulk. Might actually get to trigger that. Clockwork Dragon. Nimble Ally is pretty good. This is actually a pretty solid draft. Let's get another 2-drop. Keep scrolling. Does one need to be a very stable genius to enjoy this game? I think the only very stable geniuses we need in this game are Donald Trump and Justin Larson. Other than that, I think we've got plenty of stable geniuses in the game. Keep scrolling. Is there a bad and Underblade card that I wish I could use, like Abandoned Imperfect, Brass Arquebus, Trials of Flame?
Who will?
Brass Arquebus is up there. I wish Mage's Guild Retreat was more consistent to use. That's probably my #1 at the moment.
Looks like someone has gotten the drop on our challenger.
Keep scrolling. As a relatively new player, some of the cards can be confusing. What is the benefit of playing a Night to Remember? And Peter Kilometer underneath correctly identifies that the summon effect triggers again. But if there are any other questions, definitely let me know. I will try my best to answer as many of them as I can. Marco Mulic. What did I dress up for as Halloween when I was a kid? A lot of things. I was Superman more than a few times. I have no problem admitting that. I was a huge Superman fan for quite a while. I also had times where my friends and we made homemade Ninja Turtle costumes at one point. There was a time, what else have I been? I'm sure I've picked other random, generic, whatever popular superhero or whatever is out at the moment. But a lot of Superman stuff has been in my life. Keep scrolling. If I were to completely design a new card, how would it look? There's always been one support that I wish existed. I don't know if it ever would exist, but I do wish it existed. And it's one for kind of graveyard synergy. So I envisioned it being a purple support that allowed you to discard a card from your hand to the graveyard. You give that card you discarded +2/+2, and then draw a card. So you're basically giving up a card to draw a card, and then you buff the graveyard card and then draw another card. I don't know if it's broken, maybe broken, but it's just, I've always wanted a card to purposely discard your own cards, kind of trigger that, as well as make other stuff happen. That's the card I would make. Pagan Axe, how did I come up with DragonTamerBlayde? Do I use it in other games or just in Legends? One more thing, since you're playing PvE, is it better to grind gold cards, gems in PvE or PvP arena?
I believe the rewards in PvP Arena are higher than in PvE Arena. PvE may be a little bit easier for you if you're learning the game or something like that. But I believe that PvP Arena is higher. DragonTamerBlayde actually came after. I came up with DragonTamerBlayde because the name that I use in most games is the real Blade. Not that there's a fake blade flying around anywhere. But I've always used the real Blade. And as I mentioned, I was making content for Pokemon games. And since my favorite type in Pokemon games are Dragon type Pokemon, when I made a new YouTube channel for Pokemon games, I made DragonTamerBlayde my name. Next question. Whew, this is tiring. Keep scrolling. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh my god, I love that movie. I love that movie so much. He made me very happy just even bringing that into the world right now. Put that baby up. Play her down. This is for him as well. He rebounded nicely. What is your favorite attribute from Let's Play Fan 666? And is it because of the keywords or because of the general theme? Like I said, purple is my favorite attribute overall. And it is because there's a hint of graveyard synergy in there. Not necessarily a lot just yet, but there is some graveyard synergy in there. And I'm hoping they continue to add more.
I lurk in the shadows, waiting.
But yeah, purple overall is my favorite. Blue is up there as well. If you'd be able to ban any one card to ever be played against you again, which one would it be? That's tough. If I could ban an entire type of deck, it would be Prophecy Aggro Battle Mage. But if it was just one card, probably something like Encano. Actually, no, it'd be Parthenax. Parth is just annoying. I don't think he's broken. He's just really, really annoying. 3, 6, 9, 13, 18. Not quite there yet.
Do not stand in this one's way.
Gotcha. The forest is ours.
I keep a spare blade in my
Okay, next question. Project content, no problem. JBap77. When did I decide to create YouTube content for YouTube? I mentioned that a couple times. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I like dragons, not just them in the game? I would say probably like an 8 or 9-ish. I'm not gonna claim to be like super crazy into them. Like I have some decorations in my room and on my work desk and stuff like that.
The forest
But
is
I do know a couple friends that are way more into them than I.
We know.
But I do definitely love me some dragons quite a bit.
Do not stand
Okay,
in
keep
this one's
scrolling. How do I see the game a year from now? I think covered that a little bit. And what the hell do people with 50,000 gold spend it on? When they have those grand melees where it costs 1,000 gold to enter, it's mostly on that.
We'll join our challenger.
And also, whenever expansions come out, they could buy 500 packs right off the bat, so they don't ever need to spend a dime on this game when they have that much gold.
Ready for a bloodbath.
I don't know how far along we are. I think we're almost towards the end. Keep scrolling. If you could add 3 copies of any unique card to your deck, what would it be? Any deck? Let's hang on to that. Any unique legendary? Probably Encano. He kind of doesn't guarantee that you're gonna win, but that'd be 15 damage right off the bat. It'd be pretty nuts. Mr. Owl asks about what made me do content on YouTube. We covered that a little bit. Hit that. He also asks, have I taken a moment to reflect back on when I realized I could do this full time and when I felt things are going my way? I don't think I can do this full time.
if that is an answer.
Away with you.
I'm not saying it would never ever be a thing.
A
I'm just
strong
saying
arm
that I
is what you
don't
need.
think that I will ever have the opportunity to do this full time. If I ever did have the opportunity, I would 100% be interested. I would 100% do it. It's just not something that I think is going to be in my cards. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. And it's something I would very happily be wrong about. But like I said, I don't think that's going to be in the cards for me. Leaf Order Blessing.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
Okay.
Do not test me.
Keep
My
scrolling.
arrows
What's
shall
a
fly
question?
true.
What would be a possible reason for the UI to play Bog Lurcher in the field lane? Why would he play Bog Lurcher in the field lane? The computer does a lot of weird stuff. I guess that would be the reasoning for doing that. And yeah, I probably made a bunch of misplays in that video. Wasn't truly thinking about the solo arena. It was just kind of something to put up there rather than making you guys just look at my ugly mug, which I'm sure nobody wants to see. But that's actually all of the questions. Appreciate anyone who decided to stick around and actually listen to all that. Hopefully you guys learned some new stuff and enjoyed yourself. But we are going to go ahead and finish out this game real quick first. How do I want to do this? Probably going to kill that. Just take damage off the board. Probably do one of these.
Let's dance.
Get some health back. We'll see if he ignores the rest of me. But I do want to appreciate, take a second to thank everyone who went ahead and asked a question. I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, I hope to be able to bring more giveaway content to the channel in the future. I do like to give back to you guys whenever I possibly can. Without you guys, the channel's kind of nothing. So, like I said, I do greatly appreciate all of you. Let's just close out this game hopefully soon. Although I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. Let's go ahead and hit that. Face and draw a card.
What have we here?
That is a way back. Oh. Wow, alright, well, that's the end of that solo arena game. But yeah, thank you guys all very, very much for all of your questions. I apologize to anybody who did not win. I wish I could give stuff to all of you, but unfortunately I don't have that ability. But like I said, every time there's a milestone, I will try my best to give back to the people who got me where I am. But yeah, thank you all very, very much for watching. I am exhausted. I'm going to go take a shower after recording for an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you all very much. I will see you guys next time. Peace.